My name is Renee Beth, and I'm really excited to share with you something that I recently discovered. And I knew I was looking for something to deepen my experience of who I was becoming in my life, in my work, in my partnerships. And I met a friend, I rediscovered a friend, and he said, "You've got to meet Joanna." She is, because I mentioned to him I was wanting to deepen intimacy in my life. And he goes, "Wow, you got to meet Joanna." And she is the intimacy coach, and she has an amazing program, and you might want to give it some thought. So I gave it some thought, and quite honestly, I'm a pretty busy person. I've got a lot going on in my life, and I thought to myself, yeah, this would be something nice to do someday. But then I became more awake and aware that someday is today, because for me to be actually fulfilled in bringing forth who I am becoming in my life, I've got to bring all of me to it. And there's the parts of me that I wasn't really living to its fullest, and it had to do with intimacy. A little disappointed in intimacy in my relationship, but I realized that it's an inside job that I need to figure out for me. What about me? What is intimacy? And Joanna will tell you that intimacy is into me see. That's the first step of authenticity. And that's part of my message that I want to bring to the world. So how can I be in action about my plans for my business, my book, and everything if I'm not deepening my own intimacy with myself? So that was the first step. And then I just got started with the program, but I went to the first workshop in Denver. And I wasn't quite sure what to expect. I thought, like, well, this is kind of personal stuff. How do I go into a room with a bunch of strangers and try to figure this out and be, trusting? I think trust was my issue. And what I discovered was a room full of people. And I was surprised that usually when you do this kind of work, it's generally all women, but there were men in the room too. And everybody was searching to deepen their understanding of who they are becoming and how they could be a contribution, not only to themselves, but to other people. And it was the most loving, amazing environment I think I've ever been to. And I have done a lot of personal growth work over the years, but I can tell you that Joanna is a brilliant facilitator. She has a way of being so present with people. Like, she'll have an agenda, what she needs to accomplish for the workshop, but she meets people where they are. Not just me individually, but the room, the collective. Somehow she has this awareness of how to pace the different exercises in a way that really comes through. And what I wanted was a safe place where I could learn more elements about myself that I didn't even know was possible. And I was surprised. I was surprised at the emotions that came up and the safe place where that could be expressed, and how people were so generous with their listening, and how I could also be part of holding that space for other people. So I experienced a really safe container. I experienced some elements of my own essence that I didn't even know I had. And I deepened my trust, not only in myself, but in other people. So that was a big surprise. I didn't know that was all going to happen in one weekend. And it's a lot that can happen on a Friday night, all day Saturday, and a Sunday. It felt like I had done years of letting go, and a new opening and a space for a new possibility. So what I took away with was a new experience of myself. Who am I being? How am I showing up? How can I be more self-expressed without anger, without disappointment, and to be really honest in making my requests from a loving place? Because I do believe that that's what the world is all about, is love, and I got that. And there's so much more. I'm in this program for 6 months, and I can't wait. I'm going to the next workshop this coming weekend, or next weekend. And if you're thinking about this, it's like, I guess I would ask you, why wouldn't you want to fully receive the gift of who you are now? Today, not later, but today, because it changes the trajectory of everything. You deserve it. There's a map for soul love, And if we go through the stages of it, each one of us individually, there's hope. There's hope for loving families, loving relationships, loving community. And let's face it, loving leaders in the world. We need them today. So give Joanna a call, check it out. And if you're even thinking, yeah, maybe someday like I did, just go ahead and do it. You'll see for yourself what that means for you and your future. So I just want to say to everyone, follow your gut and give yourself the gift.